Hey, Mike. What? Who's got next?
What's good, y'all? It's your man Hezo, and welcome back to the Blacktop, where I always got next, you feel me? So Game 3 is in the books, and a bit of a weird one, I might say. Philly takes Game 3. It's now a 2-1 series. I got a couple different takeaways from this game. So before I dive into everything, as always, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button down low, man. I'm on my way to my first 300, so I greatly appreciate all the support, and let's get right into it. So I think the biggest takeaway from this game was Miami's offense. Just a terrible game for Miami offensively. They just did not look the same. Came out flat from the jump. Were not hitting shots like they normally do. Very uncharacteristic of the #1 three-point shooting team in the league. Only hit 7 threes for the game. I think 2 in the first half. They hit some in the third quarter. They made a really nice run in the third quarter. But just an abysmal fourth quarter for Miami Heat. And I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, they were due for a game like this. You can't shoot well every single game. You can't play well every single game. They were due for a bad game. They really didn't have a really bad game in the Atlanta series. The first 2 games they played good enough to win, but they weren't bad games in any way, even in a win. So I can't say I'm surprised, but I didn't think it would be like that offensively. So, but this is kind of what I was talking about in one of my previous videos when I said that Miami doesn't have a lot of scores. They got a lot of shooters, but not a lot of scores. And I said that they are a team that could either put up 130 or put up 80. And that's what we saw tonight. So credit to Philly. They played a better game, and really it was kind of like reverse roles from game 2 and 3 in terms of who had, not really the hot hand, but who played better offensively compared to game 2. So Philly kind of looked like Miami did in game 2. And Miami kind of looked like Philly in game 2. So kind of reverse roles a little bit there. And Philly did not play a great game by any means. Let's not get that twisted. Philly did not play a great game. James Harden, once again, I'm just done talking about this dude. I'm done talking about him. He's not a superstar anymore. If he gets a max contract, I don't even know what to say if he gets a max contract. I think that would be one of the stupidest decisions you can make in NBA history, is to give James Harden a max contract. And I'm going to go out on a limb here, and y'all can disagree with me if you want, but Tyrese Maxey at this point is better than James Harden. There, I said it. Tyrese Maxey at this stage is better than James Harden. And I don't care what y'all say, Philly fans, I don't care what y'all say, although Philly fans might agree with that. He's better than James Harden. He had an excellent second half. And that was one of the biggest differences in this game, was Tyrese Maxey going crazy in the second half. I think he was 4 for 5 from 3 or something like that. Just a great game for him overall in the second half after doing absolutely nothing in the first half. I want to kind of shift back to the Heat for a second. Outside of Jimmy Butler, man, they just got no production from anybody. It was Kyle Lowry. He was basically still in Miami. Like, dude, what are you doing? I know he missed the last 3-4 games, whatever, because of that hamstring, but he did absolutely nothing. Max Strus struggled from 3. I think he was 3 for 12 from 3. Adebayo did absolutely nothing after having a really good game 1 and 2. Is that the Embiid effect? I don't know, because Embiid didn't really have a great game either, but you can see the impact that he does make on the defensive end for Philly. So that is probably the Embiid effect. So credit to Philly for that. So for kind of shutting down their other guys outside of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler did kind of struggle in the first half, but he really got it going in the third quarter. And Miami went on that run in the third quarter, and I thought, okay, this is it. This is over. They went on the run. It's a tie ball game, and then just like that, Philly makes a couple nice plays. And Danny Green, man, after what I said about him last video, being able to not hit water falling out of a boat, looked like 2014 NBA Finals Danny Green again. I think he hit 7 threes, man, which, hey, shout out to Danny Green. I've always liked Danny Green as a player, but he just has been so inconsistent these last couple of years. So shout out to him for having a very nice bounce back game, a much needed game for Philly for Danny Green, because they just, again, no bench production. A doctor went to try to go to Shake Milton. He didn't really do much. I don't know. The thing is, this is not going to last, because Miami's not going to come out like this again. It's very unlikely they come out that flat in game 4, even in Philly. Just getting no production from anybody. Tyler Hero kind of struggled. He did have a nice run in the third quarter. We hit a couple threes in a row. But just a very, very uncharacteristic game from 3 from Miami. And I think that was just a huge difference. They did still get some second chance opportunities, which is the reason why they hit a couple more threes in the second half. But just a bad game for offensively for Miami. I don't expect a repeat game like that in Game 4. I look for them to bounce back and win Game 4. But here's the thing. I'm very surprised I didn't see Duncan Robinson in this game. When you're really struggling offensively, a guy who can come off the bench, come off a lot of screen pin downs, a lot of dribble handoffs, and knock down threes and get hot in an instance. I'm very surprised that we did not see Duncan Robinson in this game with Miami struggling as bad as offensively as they did. I don't know. Maybe he's in the doghouse, which is kind of crazy because after Game 1 in Atlanta, when he went for, 28 or whatever and hit 8 for 9 from 3, we have not seen Duncan Robinson do anything since then. And you got to wonder, is it injury? Is he just completely fallen out of the rotation? And this is kind of why I said last video that I don't know where he fits in anymore, and I don't really expect him to be on the team next season. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see if he gets in Game 4. I don't know. But if you're Philly, you got to feel good. You didn't play a great game, but you were able to sustain the lead. Joel Embiid had a really nice kind of finish to the game. He didn't play great. That was not a Joel Embiid game by any means. Obviously, you could tell that the ligament in his hand is still bothering him. Did not play a great game. He did not play an MVP caliber game like he's capable of. I already talked about James Harden. Tyrese Maxey, shout out to him. He played really nice in the second half. Tobias Harris didn't really do that much. Danny Green was a big difference again. Shout out to Danny Green. But Miami's bench didn't really do much like they're accustomed to doing. Gabe Vincent was kind of a ghost. Again, Max Strus didn't have a game. Victor Oladipo, geez, words are hard. Didn't really have a nice game, so that's pretty much it. I mean, there's really no other way to slice it. Just an abysmal fourth quarter for Miami after going on that nice third quarter run to tie the game, and then the fourth quarter they just fell flat once again. Kind of the same thing that happened in the first half, and you can't do that on the road in a Game 3. Now, this wasn't a must-win game for Miami, so I think they did just kind of let off the gas, kind of in a non-must-win scenario. I think they were kind of just playing it light. Now, I don't think a team should do that, and I'm not saying that is what happened, but it's what kind of looked like what happened because they didn't play with the same energy. They didn't play with the same defensive energy. They missed a lot of rotations, stuff like that. A lot of open shooters for Philly, and that's again uncharacteristic of Miami. So I look for them to bounce back in Game 4. PJ Tucker got kind of chippy with some guys, and I love seeing that out of PJ Tucker because that's what he brings you. And I was really thinking that was going to light a spark for Miami. That just didn't happen. But that's pretty much it, man. I expect Miami to bounce back and win Game 4. I picked Miami in 5. I'm sticking with it. I think Miami wins the next 2 games. They win Game 4 in Philly, and they close it out in Game 5 in Miami. And a big portion to that is because as bad as Miami played this game, they were in position a lot of the time to take control, especially in the third quarter. Now, they didn't do that. Philly answered, but I expect it to be different in Game 4. I don't expect Danny Green to shoot like that again because, again, he is very inconsistent. I don't expect Miami's role guys to play that bad again. Outside of Jimmy Butler, again, no productivity outside of anybody but Jimmy Butler. I'm going to pretty much leave it there, man. Let me know what y'all think about this game, where you see Game 4 being. In terms of who you think is going to win Game 4. Obviously, my Miami fans, I know y'all think y'all going to win Game 4. I agree. I think it's going to be a bounce-back game for Miami. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Leave a like, and I will catch y'all next episode.